I never thought a simple park bench in the heart of Albuquerque, New Mexico, could upend my entire existence. The sun was beating down that afternoon, typical for the Southwest in early fall, casting long shadows from the cottonwood trees lining the Rio Grande. I was Sarah Jenkins, 35, CEO of Southwest Media Solutions, a company I'd clawed my way to the top of after inheriting it from my dad. He'd started it as a small radio station in the 80s, and I'd turned it into a digital empire spanning podcasts, local news apps, and streaming services. Success? Sure. I had that in spades, boardrooms full of yes-men, a penthouse overlooking the Sandia Mountains, and a bank account that could buy half the city. But as I sat there on my birthday, nursing a lukewarm coffee from a nearby food truck, I felt hollowed out, like the wind-sculpted canyons out in the desert. Work had consumed me for over a decade. 80-hour weeks were my norm, dodging personal calls to chase the next deal. My marriage had crumbled 5 years back, too many late nights, too little connection, and since then, it was just me, my laptop, and the endless hum of notifications. That morning, I'd stared at my reflection in the bathroom mirror, applying lipstick with mechanical precision, wondering if this was the pinnacle. Alone on my 35th. No cards.
No cake.
Just another merger to finalize. The park was my escape, a rare lunch break where I could pretend to breathe. But deep down, I knew I was running on fumes, questioning if all the accolades were worth the emptiness gnawing at my core. That's when she appeared, Lily, a scrappy 4-year-old with sun-kissed freckles, tangled auburn hair peeking from under a faded cowboy hat, and a worn-out stuffed rabbit clutched in her tiny fist. She wore dusty jeans and a too-big flannel shirt, like she'd just rolled out of a ranch somewhere in the outskirts. She stopped right in front of me, tilting her head with those piercing blue eyes that seemed too wise for her age. "Hey, lady," she said in that innocent drawl kids have. "You look like you're carrying the weight of the world. You lonely?" Her words hit like a dust storm, sudden,
Gritty.
impossible to ignore.
No one had asked me that since.
Well, ever. Colleagues saw the powerhouse, friends, what few I had left, saw the busy exec. But this kid, she saw through it all. "What makes you say that, kiddo?" I replied, setting my phone aside for the first time in hours. "You got that faraway look, like my pa does when he's staring at the stars after a long day. And you're sittin' here all by yourself." She plopped down beside me without invitation, swinging her legs.
"I'm Lily."
"This here's Hopper." She held up the rabbit, its ears flopping comically. "Sarah," I said, a small smile creeping in despite myself. It felt foreign,
Genuine.
and yeah, sometimes I am lonely. Work keeps me pretty tied up. She nodded solemnly. "Pa's always workin' too. Ranch stuff. Fixin' fences. Dealin' with the bank. He says it's to keep us afloat, but I miss havin' someone to talk girl stuff with." Her voice dropped. "My ma's gone. Up in heaven with the angels.
Patrais.
But he can't do braids or tell stories about dresses and such." My heart twisted. I'd lost my mom young too, to a car accident on those winding desert roads. But I'd buried that pain under ambition. "I'm sorry about your mom, Lily. That sounds real tough." She looked up, eyes shimmering. "Can I hang with you for a bit? Just pretend you're my ma for an afternoon? We could get ice cream or look at the river." "Please? I won't be no trouble." I froze. This wasn't in my playbook, stray kids. Emotional pleas. But her vulnerability mirrored mine, cracking something I'd sealed shut. Still, I wasn't reckless. Let's check with your pa first. Okay? I can't just run off with strangers. Her face brightened like the New Mexico sun. He's over there. Argan on his phone again. She pointed to a man on a nearby bench, pacing with a cell to his ear. He looked mid-30s, rugged in worn boots and a denim jacket, his dark hair tousled by the wind. As we approached, I caught snippets. I get the loans due, but I'm a single dad here. I can't pull all-nighters anymore. His voice was strained, the kind of exhaustion I knew from my own mirror pep talks. He hung up as we neared, eyeing me warily. Lily, what did I say about wanderin' off? I wasn't wanderin'.
Pa.
I was making a friend. This is Sarah. She said maybe I could spend time with her, like a ma for a day. I extended my hand.
I'm Sarah Jenkins.
Your daughter's got quite the spirit. She asked politely, but I wanted to run it by you. He shook it firmly, calluses rough against my manicured fingers. Jack Thompson. Sorry if she bothered you. Lily, we don't impose on folks. But Pa, she's nice. And lonely like us. Maybe we could all be less lonely. Jack's guard softened a fraction. But caution lingered, smart in these parts, where stories of custody battles and strangers made headlines. We sat, Lily between us, and I laid it out, my job, my isolation. How her question had pierced my armor. He shared, too, his wife gone 2 years from a sudden illness, leaving him to juggle a failing ranch and a grieving kid. I'm trying to be everything, but I'm fallin' short, he admitted. By the end, we'd swap numbers. I'll think on it, he said. But safety first, references. Background check if we proceed. That night,
He called.
we talked law, New Mexico's guidelines on child interactions, how Big Sister programs worked with screenings. I offer my lawyer's contact. He shared his. It felt right, grounded in reality, not impulse. Our first outing was tentative, a Saturday at the Albuquerque Biopark, feeding giraffes and wandering the aquarium. Lily's joy was infectious. Her hand in mine a lifeline I didn't know I needed. Sarah, you ever ride horses? She asked over snow cones. Used to. Back on my family's old spread near Santa Fe, I replied, memories flooding back. By day's end, dropping her off at their modest ranch house on the city's edge, Jack nodded. She lit up today. Thanks. It was the start. One day became weekly. I delegated at work, shocking my team. And slowly, drama brewed, not vengeance, but the raw push-pull of rebuilding lives. As weeks turned to months, my life in Albuquerque began to shift like the shifting sands of White Sands National Park. I'd always prided myself on control, scheduling every minute, dominating negotiations, but Lily introduced chaos, the good kind that forces you to feel. Our outings evolved, from park picnics with green chili cheeseburgers to hiking trails in the Petroglyph National Monument, where she'd collect rocks and spin tales about ancient spirits. Sarah, you think my ma's watchin' from up there? She'd ask, pointing to the vast blue sky. Absolutely.
Kiddo.
And she's proud of how brave you are, I'd say, choking back emotion. Truth was, I was learning bravery too, opening up about my own losses, like how my dad's relentless work ethic had left me parentless in spirit long before he passed the company reins. Jack and I navigated the logistics carefully, mindful of legalities. We signed a simple agreement through a family mediator, outlining boundaries, no overnights at first, always supervised drop-offs, emergency contacts shared. It wasn't romantic yet, it was practical, born from shared loneliness. But dinners at their ranch became routine, Jack grilling steaks from local cattle, Lily chattering about school. Me unwinding with a glass of regional wine. You're giving her what I can't, Jack confided one evening. Stars twinkling over the mesa. Girl talk. Confidence boosts. I see her blooming. And she's given me purpose, I admitted. Work still pulled. A big merger with a Denver firm loomed, demanding late nights, but I pushed back, hiring a VP to handle the grind. My board grumbled, but results spoke. Productivity up, my focus sharper.
Drama simmered beneath.
Lily's grief hit in waves. One afternoon at the farmer's market, a vendor's fresh-baked pies triggered her. Ma used to make apple pie just like that, she sobbed into my shoulder. I held her, whispering, it's okay to miss her. That love doesn't fade. It grows roots for new things. Back home, Jack shared more. The ranch teetered on foreclosure after medical bills from his wife's illness. Banks breathing down my neck, he said, frustration etched on his face. I offered advice. Not cash, steering him to local grants for single parents, connecting him with my financial advisor. It felt like partnership, not pity. Then came the first real conflict. Lily's kindergarten hosted a mother-daughter rodeo day, barrel racing demos.
Kräftboods.
Sarah, will you come? Be my special ma.
Her plea was raw.
I hesitated. Stepping into that role felt heavy, potentially overstepping. But Jack encouraged it.
She needs this.
And legally, it's fine. School's open to guardians. The event was pure Southwest flair, dust kicking up from pony rides. Families in boots and hats. Lily beamed as we made beaded necklaces. Her friends asking, is that your aunt? Better. She's my adventure buddy, Lily replied. That night, over enchiladas at their place,
tension peaked.
Jack's ex-in-law, his late wife's brother from Texas, called. Suspicious. Heard Lily's got a new friend. What's this about? Drama escalated. Accusations of replacing his sister. Threats of custody questions. Jack hung up, fuming. Family's complicated. They mean well, but it stirs up old wounds. I felt the sting too. Am I causing trouble? I don't want to disrupt. No, Jack said, eyes locking on mine. You're healing us. But let's handle this right. Talk to a lawyer. Make sure everything's above board. We did. A family court consultant confirmed our setup was voluntary. Beneficial. No red flags. It diffused the drama, but left scars, reminders that building bonds meant facing storms. Meanwhile, my own past reared up. An old colleague, bitter from a promotion I snagged years back. Leaked rumors at work, Sarah's going soft. Playing house instead of closing deals. Board pressure mounted. I confronted it head-on in a meeting. Voice steady. Balance isn't weakness, it's strength. Watch the numbers climb. Lily noticed my stress during a zoo trip. You okay? Sarah? You look like Pa when the bills come. Just grown-up stuff.
Sweetie.
But being with you makes it better. Our connection deepened. I taught her simple braids, practicing on Hopper first. Her giggles filled my empty penthouse on rare visits, always with Jack's okay. And subtly, feelings for Jack stirred, his quiet strength. The way he protected Lily echoed what I'd craved. One sunset hike. Lily skipped ahead, leaving us alone. Sarah, you've changed everything, Jack murmured. Not just for her, for me too. My heart raced. Same here. I was drifting in the desert. You too are my oasis. But drama loomed larger. The merger hit snags. Jack's ranch faced auction. Vengeance wasn't my style, but I felt a fierce urge to fight for them. For us. The drama intensified as winter blanketed Albuquerque in rare snow, turning the high desert into a stark, beautiful wasteland. My merger with the Denver firm was crumbling, delays from regulatory hurdles in Colorado, whispers of sabotage from that bitter ex-colleague. At home, or what felt like it now at Jack's ranch, the foreclosure notice arrived like a thunderclap. 30 days, Jack read aloud, voice cracking. Lily, sensing the tension, clung to Hopper tighter. I couldn't stand by. Let me help, I insisted. Not with money, that'd complicate things legally, but with strategy. We consulted a real estate attorney in Santa Fe, poring over deeds and loans. Turns out, the bank had mishandled paperwork, a common glitch in rural western states. We can challenge this, the lawyer said. File for an injunction. Buy time. Jack hesitated. I don't want charity. Sarah, it's not. It's partnership. You've given me family, let me give back smarts. We fought it together, nights at the kitchen table. Lily asleep upstairs. Mapping appeals. Drama peaked when Jack's brother-in-law, Tom, showed up unannounced from Amarillo. This woman's worming her way in, he bellowed, eyeing me like an intruder. My sister's memory deserves better. Jack stood firm. Sarah's good for Lily. And for me. Back off. Tom. The confrontation was raw, voices echoing off adobe walls. Tom stormed out, threatening a welfare check. We braced. Social services visited. Routine in such disputes. They interviewed us separately, me on my intentions, Jack on stability, Lily on her happiness. Sarah makes me smile, she said simply. The report cleared us. No concerns. Commendation for positive influence. It was a wake-up call. We need to formalize this, I told Jack. Through the mediator, we drafted a co-parenting plan, not custody, but scheduled time, decision sharing on Lily's upbringing. It felt official, protective. Amid the chaos, our bond grew. Lily's questions turned deeper. Sarah, why don't grown-ups play more? During a trip to Bandelier National Monument, exploring ancient cliff dwellings, she confided fears. What if we lose the ranch? Where'll the horses go? We'll fight for it. Together, I promised, hugging her.
Her trust fueled me.
Work drama mirrored it. My ex-colleague, Mark, escalated anonymous emails to the board questioning my focus. I traced it back, confronting him in a video call. This pettiness? It's over. Resign quietly, or face HR.
Not event.
Just justice. He quit, the merger salvaged. Jack opened up more too. Losing Emily, my wife, was like losing the sun.
But you're
bringing light back. One evening, after tucking Lily in with a story about desert explorers, he pulled me close on the porch. I'm Fallon for you, Sarah. Hard. Tears welled. Me too.
Jack.
You and Lily, you're my world now. But drama wasn't done. Lily had a meltdown at school, acting out over a family tree project. I got 2 moss now. How do I draw that? The teacher called. We met with a counselor. It's normal grief, she said. Incorporate both. Honor the past. Embrace the present. We did a family therapy session, voluntary, to navigate blended dynamics. Lily drew her tree with branches for her birth mom,
me,
and extended kin. It's messy, but it's ours, she declared. As spring bloomed, wildflowers dotting the landscape, resolution neared. The bank settled, forgave part of the debt after our challenge exposed errors. The ranch saved. My merger closed triumphantly. Yet, deeper drama lurked. My fear of commitment. What if I mess this up? I confessed to Jack during a starry night drive. You won't. We're in this. Lily sealed it. Sarah, you're not leaving, right? Your family. Forever.
Kiddo.
The pieces aligned, but a final storm brewed. Tom's apology call. Admitting jealousy. I was wrong. Lily needs you. Healing began, teaching us forgiveness over grudges. With the ranch secure and my career stabilized, summer heat waves rolled over Albuquerque like a relentless force, mirroring the building intensity in our lives. Drama shifted inward now, personal reckonings that tested our fragile new family. Lily's 5th birthday approached, and she wanted a real family party at the ranch. Piñatas, horseback rides, the works. Planning it together felt like a milestone, but it unearthed buried tensions. Jack and I had grown closer. Stolen kisses after Lily's bedtime. But we tiptoed around labels. What are we? I asked one sweltering afternoon, fanning ourselves on the porch. More than friends, he replied, his hand on mine. But with Lily, we gotta be sure. Certainty came via crisis. During a trail ride in the bosque, Lily's pony spooked at a rattlesnake. She fell, scraping her knee badly. At the ER, standard Southwest precaution for bites. Though none occurred, doctors questioned our roles. You're not the mother? A nurse probed. I'm her guardian figure, I stammered. Jack stepped in. She's family. The incident highlighted gaps. Post-discharge, we revisited the lawyer, expanded the agreement to include medical proxies, emergency rights. It's about protection, the attorney noted. In New Mexico, blended families thrive with clear docs. Lily's recovery was swift, but her questions lingered. Sarah, if you marry Pa, you'd be my stepma, right? Like in stories? My heart swelled. If that's what we all want. Yes. Drama crested at the party. Tom arrived.
Hut and Hunt?
Bearing gifts. I'm sorry for the ruckus, he told me privately. Emily would have wanted Lily happy. His olive branch diffused old animosities. As kids bashed the piñata, candy scattering like confetti, Jack pulled me aside. Marry me, Sarah. Make this official. Yes, I whispered, tears mixing with laughter. The wedding was simple, ranch-side, under a cottonwood canopy, Lily as ring-bearer with Hopper tied in a bow. Vows exchanged amid golden hour light, promising not just love, but resilience. Through deserts and storms, Jack said. Honeymoon was a family affair, road trip to the Grand Canyon. Lily marveling at the vastness. It's like our family, big and full of wonders, she quipped. Back home, adjustments hit. I moved in, blending my urban polish with ranch rusticity. Work balanced via remote setups, my company thrived on delegation. But nights brought doubts, Lily's occasional tears for her birth mom. Do I love you less if I miss her? She asked.
No, sweetie.
Love multiplies. We created rituals, a memory box for Emily's photos. Stories shared weekly. A year on, pregnancy surprised us, our son. Born amid monsoon rains. Holding him, I reflected on the journey, from lonely bench to bustling home. Yet, one last drama. A corporate rival tried poaching my team, echoing past betrayals. I countered not with fury, but strategy, offering equity shares, fostering loyalty. No vengeance, growth. Lily, now 6, adapted beautifully. Baby brother's lucky. He gets 2 big sisters, me and Heaven Ma. Our life normalized, soccer practices in the valley. Family barbecues with neighbors. Jack expanded the ranch into ecotourism, my media savvy boosting it. In quiet moments, I'd sit on that same park bench, stroller nearby, Lily reading beside me. "Remember when I asked if you were lonely?" she said once. How could I forget? You changed everything. The drama of our past, losses, fights, uncertainties, forged us stronger, teaching that true strength lies in vulnerability, not armor. Years blurred into a tapestry of sunrises over the Sandia foothills, our family thriving in the rhythm of Western life. Sarah Jenkins Thompson now had scaled back to part-time CEO, mentoring from our ranch office while Jack handled daily ops. Our son,
Ethan.
toddled through toddlerhood with Lily as his fierce protector, her once lonely eyes now sparkling with sibling mischief. The drama of our early days faded into stories told around campfires, lessons in resilience. Not scars, but reflections brought depth. On Ethan's second birthday, as we hiked Kashikatui Tent Rocks, Lily paused amid the hoodoos. "Sarah, you ever think about how one question started all this?" "Every day," I replied. "Your bravery in asking saved us all." She nodded. I was scared, but lonely hurts more than a skin. That was our article of faith. Connection over isolation. We volunteered with local Big Sister programs, guiding others through blended family legalities, background checks, mediation tips, ensuring safe bonds in our community. Work evolved too. My company launched a podcast series on work-life balance, featuring stories like ours. No revenge against old foes. Instead, empowerment. Success without heart is just noise, I shared in interviews. Jack and I faced tests, a drought hitting the ranch, forcing tough choices. We adapted, installing solar wells with grants, turning adversity to innovation. Together, we're unbreakable, he'd say. Lily blossomed into a thoughtful 8-year-old, excelling in school rodeos and art classes depicting desert families. "I want to be like you, strong and kind," she told me once, braiding my hair as I had hers years ago. Tom became a regular visitor. His initial drama resolved into uncle duties. "You honored Emily by loving her girl," he admitted over coffee. Our greatest lesson emerged subtly. Forgiveness heals. I forgave my past self for prioritizing ambition. Jack forgave fate for taking Emily. Lily forgave the world for her loss. No grand vengeance, quiet redemption.
Now,
Sitting on that fateful bench with Ethan napping and Lily sketching, I marveled at the transformation. A lonely exec, a grieving child, a burdened father, we'd collided in a park, forging a family from fragments. "Are you still lonely?" Lily asked, echoing her first words. "Not a bit," I said, pulling her close. "Thanks to you, I've got a full heart." The sun dipped, painting the sky in fiery hues, a reminder that even in the vast West, small acts spark profound change. Our story wasn't about dramatic payback, but human connection, reaching out, building bridges, learning that true wealth lies in love shared, not empires built alone. In saying yes to a child's plea, I discovered life's deepest truth. Family isn't born, it's chosen. Nurtured through storms, emerging stronger, a beacon for others wandering their own deserts.